Hello everyone, and welcome to my 2021 bullet journal setup. This video is dedicated to my friends Micah and Saki, who recently found out I've been bullet journaling for a couple of years now and peer pressured me into starting a YouTube channel. So shout out to them. The notebook I'm using is the Lemome Dotted Grid Journal. I got mine on Amazon. Here I'm starting off with the key. Using a hard-tip Tombow Funnosuke brush pen, I'm drawing an old key, because if there's two things that I have, it's originality and creativity. Since I've been bullet journaling for a while, a key is not completely necessary for me personally. However, because of the way the first page is glued down to the cover, it makes for a good place to put a key. Using the same brush pen, I'm just writing out the word key as if it wasn't painfully obvious by the giant key in the middle. Now switching over to a Sakura Pigma Micron fineliner in 0.01, I'm filling out my key as follows. A square for task, a circle for an event, a triangle for an appointment, a star for important, a half filled in shape for in progress, a filled in shape for completed, a strike through for canceled, and a line with a point in the center for migrated. This next page is my cover page. I wanted to make it light and airy, easy breezy, very that vibe. I was inspired by those giant foil number balloons that Leos like to take photos with on their birthdays. And listen, I'm a Leo myself, and I've taken that foil number balloon photo twice now, and so if I'm calling anybody out, it's my own self. But this whole light and breezy concept is just kind of like the vibe that I want to go into 2021 having. And the message that I want to leave for Miss 2021 is, girl, you don't have to be the best year ever. I'm actually just asking for an average year, but like no pressure though. Let's just keep it light and breezy and see where the year takes us. For the hello part, I use the same Funnosuke brush pen, and for the year, I also use the same fine liner because they were the ones that were the closest to me. For this spread, I've combined a future log and a year at a glance because I absolutely cannot be bothered to write out all the little numbers twice. If you have it in you to do separate year at a glance and future log spreads, you are without a doubt a much stronger person than I am. Once again, I used, you guessed it, the same Tombow pen to do the block, and for the days of the week, I used a Sakura Jelly Roll gel pen in white. I also used the same 0.01 fine liner to do the days. And here I only showed myself completing 1 month because that's literally all my attention span could handle at that moment. But I did complete the whole thing, as you'll see in the final flip through if you make it that far into this video. Up next is my goals page. I divided my goals into 4 different categories: personal, career, health, and miscellaneous. Now for the borders of these categories, I'm using a 0.05 tip fine liner just to like spice things up. But I did also use the same brush pen and the 0.01 fine liner because we stand consistency here. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is a miscellaneous goal? Well, for example, my miscellaneous goals for this year were to learn how to put on false eyelashes and learn how to braid my hair. So basically, to me, this is just for random skills that I'd like to master sometime during the year. 21 things to try in 2021 is a new spread that I've never done before, and I just thought that this would be a good reference for things to do while I'm waiting for the next Korean drama on Netflix to obsess over. I always like to have a reflection of the past year before starting a new year, and this is what this spread is for. It's a fact that this year sucked, like so bad. In my dumpster fire, I have the pandemic who must not be named, racial injustice, and climate change. People from 100 years ago really thought we'd have flying cars by now, but nope, we have another pandemic, continued racism, and exacerbated climate change. But I did also want to highlight little happy moments that happened during the year. They definitely were few and far between, but I do think that it's important to look back on good things too, especially after the dumpster fire of a year 2020 was. After reflecting on the previous year, it's only natural to have manifestations for the upcoming year to follow. Best thing about 2021 being the worst year ever is that it's literally only up from here, y'all. We're manifesting mediocrity in 2021, baby! If I had to name this next spread, it would probably be something along the lines of body check-in, but I don't really like the way that sounds, and since it's my bullet journal and I can do whatever I want, I just didn't include a title. Basically, I wanted a place to track my health journey. This year, I fully transformed into an exercise girl. Like, I'm talking blender bottle, protein shakes, and a seemingly endless supply of activewear. And I really loved this journey for me, so I hope to continue this in 2021. At this point in time, I'm really not focused on weight loss so much as I'm focused on fat loss and muscle gain, but my relationship with my bathroom scale has grown to the point where, to me, it's just another measurement that I'd like to track, along with other body measurements. I used a 0.05 tip fine liner for the outline of the scales, and I used a 0.01 tip to do the details. I also used the 0.01 tip fine liner to make my body measurements chart. And it was at this point that I realized I had a ruler near me that I might as well use. So come on, straight lines. Last but not least, my final spread is themes of the year. I always try and pick a cute theme for each month, and I wanted somewhere I could easily reference the themes that I had done and the colors that I've used. I'm hoping that this spread will get me to use colors that I wouldn't normally gravitate towards, because just like everybody else, I bought that 50 pack of Crayola Super Tip markers, and I don't think I've used an orange marker, like, at all. So maybe this will be the year. I used a 0.05 tip fine liner for the borders, and for the cute little happy accident that I made, I used the Jelly Roll gel pen to cover that up. Once again, I used the 0.01 tip fine liner to write out the months. I would be remiss if I didn't do some lettering. So once again, with the MVP Funnosuke brush tip pen, I'm writing themes and year at the top. After some erasing, finishing my year at a glance page, and final details, it is finally time for the final flip through. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon for my January setup. Bye!